Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I had recorded a video previously and just talked your face off for like 5 minutes, and I went ahead and started over because I don't want you to have to sit there and listen to that if you don't want to. Just really quickly, this full moon that's coming up this weekend is a very important full moon, especially for those of us who are healers or light workers. Some of you don't like that term, light workers, but light worker, shadow worker, it's all the same. You work with the light energy and the dark. I refer to myself as a light worker because I put light out, not because I don't also work in the shadow, because I do, because you have to. There's no beauty without ugly, and there's no light without dark, and you know, there is balance in all things. Anyway, I'm going to try to have readings up for all of the groups of signs by tonight. Because this moon is about abundance and prosperity, and particularly about a harvest. This is called a harvest moon, and this is going to be, for many of us, a time of harvesting those things that we've been working so hard for so long to get to this place. Finally, we're going to see those doors open. So I'm very excited, and I will try to get those readings up again by the end of the day today. If not, they'll be up by the morning. And that's it. So we're gonna do some royal questions today. I got an email that asked about Meghan Markle and Jessica Mulroney, am I saying that right? And what they are planning for after the divorce. And I also want to clarify the last reading I did that talked about, I asked the cards specifically what would they be announcing in the next couple of weeks, in the immediate future, and I got the Hierophant reversed. For me, that's divorce. It can also be a split from the royal family, and I don't know that I even mentioned it, so I'm going to go over that as well. So first, right now with my Rider-Waite deck, we're going to ask about Meghan and Jessica. First question is, do Meghan Markle and Jessica Mulroney have plans already for Meghan's future? Have they already begun to plan? Justice and Knight of Wands. Queen of Swords in reverse, who comes out for me for Queen Elizabeth quite some time, and Seven of Cups in reverse, which can be disillusionment and overwhelm of choices. Eight of Wands in reverse. So yeah, maybe not moving as swiftly as we like. Justice and Knight of Wands makes me feel like these are things that Meghan feels like she deserves. She feels like this is a fair thing that she's doing or seeking or even asking for, either within her royal life or in order to get out of the royal life. And the Queen is either saying no, or she's not happy about it. She may not be on board at all. She hasn't given her approval. This is a card, it can be a card of disillusionment. It can also be a card of just like, there's so many choices, I don't know which way to go. It doesn't feel like that. It's the opposite of that energy. I don't know if this is the Queen has made a decision then about all of this, perhaps, but it's moving slowly. Eight of Wands in reverse. There's slow movement. I'm gonna ask. Yeah, what is it that the Queen is decided on? What has the Queen decided? Page of Swords. News, information, putting news out there, maybe even leaking information, telling the truth about something. And Four of Cups in reverse. So the Queen, I think, feels that Meghan is ungrateful. She sees Meghan as somebody who takes people for granted, and she doesn't like it. Okay, she sees this is a card of truth, okay, a card of clarity, a card of somebody bringing in a message that you can trust to be truthful. It can also be immature energy, and for me, sometimes the Page of Swords feels like an immature, like a teenager vibe, and they're just, you know, out here just cutting, saying ugly things, hurting people's feelings because they can. Because they got their feelings hurt, so then they're just like saying stupid things, you know, like teenagers do. But when that energy comes with somebody who's an adult, it's rather disappointing and hard to deal with. When the Four of Cups is in the upright, it is very much taking people for granted, somebody's offering you something wonderful, and because it's not exactly what you want, or exactly how you wanted it, you're rejecting that. In the reverse, it can be total opposite of that energy. It actually just feels like we're on to you, or this, I see the truth of you because the Page of Swords is with it. Let me just clarify that and get some more. What else for the Page of Swords, please? Can you clarify this for me? Thank you. Yeah, so Four of Wands. We want a stable home. We want to be able to celebrate, have birthdays, have family, have stability, have all of the things that we are used to having here at the castle, being together. This could also be those recent celebrations, and please forgive me that I don't know the names sometimes of these things, but the thing that the Queen was there, and Charles was there, and Camilla was there, and supposedly Harry and Meghan were supposed to attend as well, and they were no-shows, and I think the Queen sees that as ugliness, okay, and she doesn't like it at all. She doesn't like that ugly attitude, okay? So even though things are moving slowly, perhaps methodically, perhaps setting things in place before anything is announced, it does look like something has begun to move. And the Queen is not confused about it, okay? She's made up her mind. Let me ask. I'm going to put these back in and reshuffle. Because I want to ask specifically about the Hierophant in reverse that came out last time. Just want to go back to that. What is it that the palace, the royal family, is going to announce regarding Harry and Meghan in the near future? What is that announcement going to be or say? What's it going to look like? Page of Swords again. Something truthful, something cutting. Nine of Wands, defensive position. So, the best offense is a good defense. They may be trying to cut Meghan off before she comes out with whatever her next thing is. The Queen maybe has gotten wind of something, or just, you know, the Queen is a very smart woman. She's very cunning. She's been doing this for a long time. I'm sure she can see a liar, a thief, a manipulator coming from a long way away. So it feels like they're going on the defensive, possibly by putting out some news stories that are less than flattering. But they're true. If that's what happens, if we start seeing some stories about Meghan, they're not false stories. Yeah, and protecting what is hers, and also looking at the future, staying focused on the family and the future. Two of Wands, I always point out that one of the wands is chained to the castle and one is in the man's hand. He's holding the world in his palm, okay, and he's overlooking his kingdom, so to speak. And he's planning for his future. This is about focus and direction. And I think the Queen is driving the bus. They may offer her money. Again, a settlement. This is what came up in the last reading. It is slow going. It's slow energy, like that Eight of Wands. It's in reverse, though. And that may just be because they want to make sure they do it well and correctly. Dot their I's and cross their T's and make sure they don't make any mistakes, because again, it feels like they're coming from a defensive position. Okay. Okay, I had two come out there. Six of Swords in reverse, the World in reverse, Page of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So this feels like this is Meghan's energy, because she very clearly, she does not want to leave. She either doesn't want to leave with her child, or she doesn't want to leave without the child, but she does not want to leave. And she feels like this is not a completion. We are not done. This cycle is not closed out. And then we have another offer of money. Because it's a page and not a knight, I feel like the first offer, if it was rejected, now the second offer is less. Let's say I offer you 10 million if you'll leave, and she says no, and they're like, well, now it's 8 million. And there's very much a feeling of not wanting to work. Okay. Clarify this Six of Swords for me, please. Can you clarify the Six of Swords? The Hermit card, introspection, meditation, the High Priestess, intuition. dropping all the cards. Nine of Swords reversed to the Lovers reversed. So, a lot of nines. Nines are a number of, we are almost done. This is almost to completion. This is a card of sleepless nights, of anxiety, of wounds that don't heal. In the reverse, it still is not a great card. It can be something that is done to you or something that you're doing to someone else. When I have the Hermit comes out to clarify the Six of Swords, okay? She doesn't want to leave, but there is a need for some introspection, meditation, going on a journey on her own. She maybe doesn't want to feel like a hermit. The Hermit here has, this card is very interesting because his lantern here is actually a star. There's a star inside that lantern, and I feel like with Megan, this says everything. I don't want to be the hermit, I want to be the star. Okay, so I carry this hope and this dream and this vision of who I'm going to be in my future with me. The High Priestess is intuition, your inner knowing, your secret knowledge, and she's in the upright. So if this is Megan, she knows what's happening. She knows what's going to happen. I do feel like there's avoidance. There is refusal to see it. It would be similar to if the palace said, you know, Harry and Meghan have split up, and then the news reporters see Meghan on the street and say, Meghan, tell us about your split. And she's like, oh, we're not split. Just total denial is what it feels like. But then this card popped out at the same time, and that's the Lovers in reverse, guys. We're not connecting anymore. We're not connected. We may not be cohabitating anymore. Clarify the Lovers in reverse for me, please. Thank you. Temperance. Yeah. So Temperance is similar to the Two of Cups. There's give and take. There's reciprocity. There's balance. There's tempering, of course, the emotions, the hot and cold, the black and white, what I want and what you want. And I don't necessarily think that this coming out in the upright is a good sign. I think this is just saying that's why the Lovers are in reverse, is because there's a need for this. We're not having this, okay? So the numbers repeated in this reading are 2 and 9. 2s are about balance and 9s are about nearing completion. We are almost done with this. And some of you will be clapping and shouting as you hear that, but it looks like we're almost done. I'm sorry I didn't get much on Jessica Mulroney in this reading, but still an interesting one. And as I said, I'll try to get the full moon readings out today as well, so make sure you look for those. If you like this reading, give me a thumbs up. Be sure to tell me what you saw that I didn't see. If you have more questions or want me to clarify or do another reading, please let me know. I'm happy to do that. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.